Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Excellencies, esteemed participants, distinguished guests, a very good morning. Assalamu alaikum. On behalf of the Food and Agriculture Organization, first and foremost, I am extremely grateful for this opportunity to partner with Mokai, Adafsa, and EDNIC for this fantastic gathering, the Food Talks. I think it should be Global Food Thoughts. Otherwise, we have to walk the talk afterwards. It's an excellent initiative, and we are really proud to be partnered year after year in terms of conceptualizing and taking a leadership. Now, for FAO's speech, normally you should expect some facts and figures and the numbers, but I would not bore you with that. I thought, let us change, because what we need right now is a change. The reason is that we are not gathering here just to speak of food, but to speak of life itself. A life where we talk about the grains that nourish our children, the waters that cradle our crops, and the wisdom that must guide our hands in this age of uncertainty. We stand at the crossroads where the old rhythms of agriculture meet the tremors of climate change, conflict, and consumption. The world's food systems, once predictable, now sway under the weight of the rising seas, shifting seasons, and fractured supply chains. Yet, in this age of reckoning, there is a renewal. And for the renewal, we have the example of the UAE and GCC in particular as the beacons of transformation, proving that even in the arid lands, the innovation can flourish. From the food diversity policy of the UAE, for example, to the Saudi Arabia's agriculture Waqf, we have the bold visions that transcend the scarcity and embrace sustainability. Let us reflect on UAE's journey, for example, a nation that dared to dream for food sovereignty, although having a lot of sun and sand. Through the vertical farming, AI-powered forecasting, and alternative proteins, the UAE has turned constraints into catalysts. The Global Food Talks hosted here is not just a gathering, it's a declaration. A declaration that UAE shall not, and we all shall not, feed its people, but also feed the world with the ideas, partnerships, and purpose. The UAE, through its leading institutions such as Mokai, Adafsa, and many others, and we as FAO are proud knowledge partner with these institutions, is championing the climate-smart farming, the One Health and data-driven resilience and agriculture. These are not just merely the programs. These are poems of progress written in the language of science and stewardship. Across the Gulf, we see a symphony of efforts. Qatar's hydroponic revolution, for example, Oman's aquaculture expansion, Kuwait's pursuit towards food waste reduction. Together, the GCC is crafting a regional tapestry of resilience woven with the threads of policy, technology, and tradition. And it's a beautiful fabric. The engagement of FAO with the adoption of the international best practices and embracing the global partnerships, it shows that the region is not only responding to the challenges, it is redefining the future of food. Allow me, Excellencies and participants, to highlight the role of FAO over here. In our 80th year, and we are celebrating this afternoon, and we would request you to show your token presence at 3:30 in the announcement stage. So in our 80 years of journey, the FAO stands steadfast sentinel upon the ramparts of hunger, its vision cast towards a world where every soul is nourished and no child sleeps unfed. We are working towards that along with all of the partners, but still a long way to go. With the mission resolute, our labor is to sow the seeds of peace through a plow and policy, binding nations in the shared pursuit of sustenance and sustainability. From the furrows of the field to the halls of governance, the FAO's role is both humble and grand, guiding the hands that tills, shaping the minds that plans, and lifting the voice that calls for equity in the agri-food system and the transformation. Thus, it endures a beacon of hope where science and solidarity is intertwined to yield the harvest of dignity for all mankind. Our vision and ambition has benefited from the leadership, the visionary leadership in the Gulf and UAE in particular. Thus, we are ushering a new era of the agri-food systems transformation through establishment of a center of excellence that we are working with Mokai in UAE. A center that would match the UAE's excellence in public policy design and implementation and FAO's knowledge and expertise. That will put this center at the service of the countries around the world, supporting their leadership and decision-making processes with advanced analytical tools, sharing best practices, and proving that the co-creation and providing a co-creation and innovation space for the agri-food systems transformation, both for the public and private sectors. So to conclude, what shall be our message to the world? Let the message be, first, that food security is not a privilege, it is a promise that we must keep every child, every farmer, and every fragile ecosystem. Second, let us invest in agri-tech, not just for profits, but for planetary peace. Third, let us promote nutrition governance, not just for health, but for human dignity. And fourth, let us build circular food systems, where waste becomes wealth and scarcity becomes strategy. Lastly, let us remember that the soil beneath our feet is sacred, and the choices we make today will echo the harvests of tomorrow. As we open this week of dialogue, I would request, and this is not just a dialogue, I would say it's a journey towards discovery and education. I would request 3 main points to keep in mind for everyone. First, please listen deeply to the voices of farmers and innovators. Second, please collaborate boldly across the borders and sectors. And third, please act swiftly, for the hour is late and the need is great. So let this week not only be a celebration, but a consecration of our shared will to nourish the world, protect the vulnerable, and plant the seeds for a just and sustainable future. In closing, I'll offer you this verse. In the silence of the desert, a seed dares to rise. In the wisdom of the people, a system dares to thrive. Let our hands be gentle, our minds be wise, for the future of food is the future of life. I thank you, and let us walk the talk.